Well, hey folks, it's your old pal King Waspinator. Welcome back to Total Party Skills. Going to talk a little bit about Baldur's 3 and the giant selling out that we're seeing going on right now. But first, I guess I should talk about a little bit of errata from my last video. This assumption I get from time to time from people that somehow the Wasp and Waspinator has anything to do with white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Well, I'm not Protestant. I'm not Anglo-Saxon, really. I guess I'm white. But, like any good white American, I wish I was Cherokee, so, I'm one of the good ones. But no, there's no wasp angle to Waspinator. It's a reference to an old Transformers meme. It's weird that your brain goes there automatically without anyone prompting you. It's kind of like the classic Republican stereotype of just out of nowhere some guy being like, I'm not gay! No one asked, Bill. Why did you bring it up? Well, I just wanted to make sure everyone knew. There's kind of a thing on the left of like, I'm not a fascist. Like no one said anything. Yeah, but I just want to make sure everyone really knows I hate fascism and I look for it at all times. I stare at Nazi symbols day and night so I can memorize them. So when I see one, I can bash the fash. Okay, yeah, but like we were talking about like Smurfs or something. Like who? What? Desperate to find something about someone to complain about is all that is. But no, it's just a meme. Don't be a moron. In the course of a week, I've seen multiple YouTubers put out videos complaining about the penis choices and the sex scenes and the bestiality in the new Baldur's Gate 3 video game. And then the very next day, they'll live stream themselves playing it for hours on end. Some people are saying it's actually a pretty good role-playing game with a heavy attention done to side quests. Looks good beyond your lack of, facial sliders to customize your character, beyond the ability to give themselves a skin disease. There's this whole big kerfuffle at the beginning of the year about what horrible shits the people at Wizards of the Coast are. And yet here we are. First time a new game comes out that generates any sort of buzz, and people just want to leap all over it. As much as everyone likes to complain about D&D for clicks, I'm pretty sure most of you motherfuckers would step over a crying baby in the gutter if it meant getting your hands on a copy of Radiant Citadel. Which shows a lack of commitment, I guess, to their ideals. I guess the controversial things they threw in the game were successful and generating buzz and interest. Oh my god, I can see ogres have gay butt sex. Yay, I better get me a copy of this, then I can make a YouTube video complaining about it. I don't know, it's sad. I'm still working on playing Final Fantasy 16. I'm not planning on getting Baldur's Gate. Previous attempts at playing, I think, was Baldur's Gate 1 on Xbox. I didn't really find that terribly fun. There's other role-playing games that are better in terms of video game role-playing games. Maybe this one's improved, but man, y'all are just in such a hurry to sell the fuck out now, aren't you? I mean, it is certainly ironic that after all these years of being owned by a toy company that has been continuously trying to shove the age limit down lower and lower for the types of people they want to try to attract to play D&D, up to a point where you now hear stories that there's like D&D, clubs in elementary schools and stuff like that. But then your big video game release has a bunch of like overtly graphic nudity and sexual scenes and stuff, which, kid friendly. All I'm just saying is that Wizards of the Coast could murder your mother and you'd be fine with it as long as they dangle some keys in front of you that have like a little D&D logo on the keychain or something, and you'll be excited for it. You might make a video complaining about it, but then you'll make videos streaming yourself playing with the keys over your mother's dead body. Happy. Obviously, you have your certain set of nerd YouTubers who are going to complain about this game no matter what, who then go on to play the game and showcase it for people. But then there's also the YouTubers who are in the D&D realm who, got their chance to get into the spotlight earlier this year and get a bunch of channel growth and, build up their reputations on a very, screw Wizards of the Coast, screw Hasbro, you can't do this to us kind of tip. I mean, in a way, isn't this me doing my own Baldur's Gate 3 content, even though I'm not showing you any pictures or footage from the game? Just grifting on D&D. I don't know, I guess people get the nerd culture they deserve. Something I've been noticing lately, just in terms of little hints here and there. This is like, just the beginnings of noticing a trend line. It's hardly anything that's like even a solid hypothesis yet, just a hunch. But there seems to be little indications that the media is about to turn on nerd culture. Nerd chic is over. Increasingly, you'll see nerd culture be mentioned along things like the alt-right and incels and stuff of that ilk. Which is the beginning of a setup of nerds are being problematic. Because for a while they were quite happy to cash in on a bunch of nerd stuff and elevate nerd stuff because they managed to make some Marvel movies, make some money. But the Marvel movies aren't making money anymore. And we didn't play ball with Star Wars. And we didn't play ball with Star Trek. And frankly, all the stuff at the beginning of the year with Hasbro and them trying to change the OGL also probably doesn't make nerds look like a great group of people to cater to if you're at the top of the pyramid structure trying to sell stuff to people. Because we won't cooperate, we won't let them rape us for money. How dare we? Stand up for ourselves and our rights. Fuck us. And if the Marvel movies aren't making bank, and if the DC movies aren't making bank, and if the Star Wars shows aren't making Disney Plus subscribers come in anymore, and we didn't want to play ball with D&D's massive monetization scheme, which they're going to do anyway, and everyone's going to fall in line and go along with it because y'all are a bunch of sellouts who want clicks, and you just can't help yourselves. It's like a sore tooth. You just got to know what's going on in the obelisk of Phandelver. You can't help yourself, please. Please tell me more about the Phandelver obelisk. Please, I want to know. I have to know. There might be a new monster race in there for my players, and I have to buy the book for the stats, otherwise they won't have enough options. That don't matter anyway, since you can just kind of make anything whatever the hell you want now, and it's a pointless game. It's a stupid game, and you should buy Girls Gone Vampire. Let's see, anything else? On the other end of the spectrum, there's the story going around about the person who created D&D's first canonically autistic character, who also created the deck of many things. Who cares? It's stupid. Is just making a NPC count as getting to be a role-playing game writer nowadays? Jesus Christ, the bar is low. But obviously the bar is low. I write books, don't I? I mean, odds are high, just by the nature of the various people who write the games and play the games, that someone has had a character that probably qualifies as autistic. Whether or not it's officially diagnosed that way, seriously, this medieval fantasy setting where magic has largely supplanted the development of technology uses modern-day psychological terminology to diagnose people with mental conditions. Right. So, I don't know. I guess be a chump, buy yourself a copy of Baldur's Gate 3 and sell out. It'll help kill a few hours of your day so you don't have to stare into the sucking oblivion ennui that is your existence. And hell, maybe you can do a live stream and get a $2.99 super chat and you can read someone's extremely fascinating YouTube comment. So I guess that's about it. Until next time, stay waspinated. Oh, and while I'm at it, if you happen to be one of those people that prefers having your rule books broken into 3 separate core rule books, might I suggest checking out Girls Gone Vampire?